Today I'd like to talk to you about the link between smartphone use and mental health. Now, of course, there are so many contributing factors to our mental health. I am not suggesting that smartphone use alone is a huge indicator of what your mental health will be by any stretch, because there are so many factors. But today I just want to focus in on the smartphone side of things and why your smartphone might in some way be impacting your mental health. Now, there have been studies on this. I will link below an article that I've just been reading about this, which was a study done on 600 individuals split into 3 groups, some of which used their phones as usual, some of which had no phone use, and some of which just reduced it by an hour a day. And it was actually that hour a day group that showed improved mental health, less depression and anxiety, and less stress, and more feelings of fulfillment in life. And there have been numerous studies done on this. If you simply Google mental health and smartphone use, there have definitely been studies that have linked the two together. And actually, when we look at how smartphone use has increased, you can see how mental health has increased too. The curves go very much side by side, which again can be due to other contributing factors of the modern age. But there is definitely a strong link there. So why might our smartphones be impacting our mental health? Well, there are so many factors to this. First of all, time. If you're spending, say, 4 hours a day on your phone, which is the UK average, then that is a lot of time you're losing to other activities, to activities that will give you more fulfillment. It might be that you end up feeling down because you've not done what you wanted to achieve, or you're not spending enough time with the people that matter because you're spending it on your smartphone. That time factor, if we feel we're losing time, that can have a really negative impact on our mood. Also, sleep. Now, there has definitely been a strong link between smartphone use and sleep deprivation. So if, for example, you get in bed and you scroll on your phone as you're going to sleep, before you go to sleep, you're delaying your sleeping time, and delaying your sleeping time is obviously going to limit the amount of sleep that you have. As well as that, it can cause insomnia due to the blue light that we are sending into our brains and telling our brains that it is time to wake up rather than time to go to sleep. Or it can lead to us waking in the night. And of course, what do we do when we can't sleep in the night? We pick up our phone and do it some more. And sleep, of course, if you've had a bad night's sleep, you know how it feels the next day. It's very hard to be upbeat and high mood when you're absolutely exhausted. And when that is day after day after day, of course, that's going to have a long-term impact on your mental health. So sleep is a huge factor in this as well. Of course, we need to also consider what we're looking at on our phones. In terms of social media, it can lead to low self-esteem when we're looking at, say, what other people are doing in their lives and feeling like we're inadequate, or we're looking at other people's bodies and using it as something to judge our body against, or our face against, or anything else for that matter. It can leave us feeling low self-esteem. It can also leave us feeling that we're missing out on things because we can see people out at parties or on holidays or doing fun stuff or sharing their new purchases, and we can be left feeling, I haven't got any of that, or I haven't done any of that. And we can be left feeling inadequate or like we're missing out on something in life. And of course, with social media, they are designed to give us what we tend to look at. So if we kind of focus in more on things that make us angry or feel negative, then the platforms are going to deliver more of that type of content to us. They're going to show us more content that leaves us feeling angry and negative. And so we keep kind of feeding our brains with things that are holding back from us feeling more positive and feeling more upbeat. And even just the sheer volume of content alone that we take on can make it hard for our brains to process things, because there's just so much going on in there. We need that kind of free mental space in order to process. And processing is a really important part in improving our mental health. Smartphone use has also been shown to really impact focus and attention. And just the inability to actually focus on a task without procrastinating, going to do something else, trying to multitask and failing at it, which can lead us feeling unfulfilled again because we're not getting stuff done. Overall, you can see smartphones just aren't great for mental health, but it doesn't mean we have to give them up completely. As the study I mentioned at the start shows, even just reducing down by an hour a day, or possibly more if your numbers are quite high, but say you're on 4 hours a day, taking it down to 3 hours a day can make a huge difference. Also, being more aware of what we're looking at on our phones. Make sure that you don't pay attention to things that leave you feeling negative or angry. Make sure you unfollow accounts that leave you feeling that way or leave you feeling with low self-esteem. Remind yourself that what you see online is not real life. Yes, people might be sharing their amazing holiday, but they're not showing the behind the scenes where actually the hotel was half built and there was noise and this went wrong and that went wrong. They're always going to show you the highlights. So remember that. This is someone's highlights reel rather than their real life. I would love to hear your thoughts on this because it is such a, something that I think we need to really be more thoughtful of. I know that smartphones can, offer opportunity for our mental health, such as having meditation apps or connecting us with people. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on the downside. Let me know in the comments below. And if you would like to reduce your smartphone use, then check out my short course, Reduce Your Phone Use, which includes both a video and ebook version. And let's hopefully even just reduce your smartphone use by an hour, improve your mental health, and help you live a more fulfilled life. Take care.